Hi guys, this is Thor from TC Electronic here, and I'm at Gear4music, and I'm here to talk a little bit about the Ditto Jam Looper. Ditto is part of our looping family, Ditto Looper family, and one of the things that really sets the Dittos apart is the fact that they're extremely easy and simple to use. So that means that you can pick one up and start having fun with looping right away. So the Ditto loopers in general are great practice tools. The fact that you can record a little rhythm snippet and solo over it makes it a lot more fun to practice soloing, practice arpeggios, all this stuff. And you also get rhythm and musical context on top of it. So it's really almost invaluable as a practice tool. But one of the things we looked at hard lately is we want to take looping more into a live setting. And the problem with looping live is the fact that unless you loop alone, if you try to loop with a band, the rest of the band really have to follow the looper, which is kind of unintuitive. Typically, you want to follow the drummer and not the other way around. But because a looper is kind of hell-bent on the tempo you set for it, everybody else has to sort of follow suit. But not so anymore, because we invented something extremely cool that we put into Ditto Jam. And it's something we call BeatSense that we developed in collaboration with our sister company, TC Helicon in Canada. And what it does is really two things. Ditto Jam comes with two microphones on top, and this allows it to actually detect the beat in the room from a drummer. And actually, once it's detected the beat, there's a second part of the algorithm that's time stretching, and it'll actually stretch or contract the loop that you recorded to match that beat. And that allows you, for the first time really, to actually use a looper live. Just put it on your pedal board like any other pedal, and you can start looping right away. And if the drummer drops the tempo a little bit, or more commonly gets excited during a live performance and actually start speeding up a little bit, Ditto Jam is actually just gonna detect that and follow suit and speed up gradually, and you won't even notice it. So that, in essence, is what makes Ditto Jam X2 really, really powerful and cool. It's the first looper you can use in a live scenario. The way the BeatSense algorithm works is that it's listening to the environment and trying to detect the snare drum in particular, or cajon, or any other kind of percussive instrument playing, especially on the 2 and 4 beats. But if you're in an environment where there's a lot of noise or a lot of other instruments competing for the same space, you can actually confuse the algorithm a little bit and can pick up stuff and think it's the snare drum when it's really not. So Ditto Jam X2 also ships with an external microphone that you can connect to the back and clip onto your snare drum so you can detect the snare drum perfectly without all the unwanted noise. So the really cool thing about Ditto Jam X2 and what sets it apart is the fact that you can now use a looper live without any kind of MIDI sync or all sorts of other complicated setups. But on top of that, Ditto Jam X2 also has two other modes that you can use that are really, really useful. First of all, there's just a totally regular looping mode like you'd find on our regular Ditto looper or Ditto X2 looper. But there's also a practice mode in there. And what's cool about that is that you can actually use the stop switch as a dedicated tap tempo switch to speed up and down the loop, to be able to play the loop at the tempo that suits you and then gradually increase the speed. So Ditto Jam for the first time allows you to use a looper in a live scenario where the drummer and the bass player are actually dictating the tempo of the song and not the other way around. So if you love looping and you play live, you really owe it to yourself to go to Gear4music's website to read more about Ditto Jam and the other TC Electronic pedals. This is Thor signing off here from Gear4music. Thanks so much for checking this out.